Radio Cobalt!
Hey guys, it's Owen from Mojang here. Welcome to Radio Cobalt. This is our first episode. Now, we're going to go through some discussions of Cobalt and maybe talk about some of the oncoming features and meet the devs. So, on my right, I have...
Pontus Hammarberg, and I've been with Oxeye since the beginning and been working on Cobalt all along together with...
Daniel, but I'm more known as the Wreck online, and my last name is Brynolf.
Okay, nice guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome. So, what is this Cobalt game I keep hearing so much about?
Well, Cobalt is a two-dimensional platform game where you run and jump and you slow down time to avoid dangers, and you shoot your enemies or avoid them peacefully. But basically, it's a game about running, jumping, shooting, and matrix slowing down time.
So the time slows down when you're in danger, is that correct?
That is correct, Owen. I could always almost imagine that you've played the game before.
Yeah, indeed. So the way it happens is, I think when a bullet or a grenade comes close to your player, the time slows down, which enables you to do kind of super cool moves that you might not be able to pull off if it was running in full speed. That's kind of correct.
And that's correct. And one of the main reasons we added that was because when we started playing Cobalt, when we in early development, we noticed that it was quite annoying that sometimes when you died, you didn't really know why you died. So we wanted to sort of show the player really, really clearly what happened. So that's how Slowdown entered the game.
So is it, Daniel, is it primarily a single player or multiplayer experience?
Oh, it's both.
Yeah?
Yeah, it works like...
It works great both ways.
I mean, I play it alone and I play it with Pontus, and I'd say it's fun either way.
Nice.
Well, it started off as a single-player experience game, but when we started developing that, it was supposed to be like a what do you call it? It's not. It was supposed to be a linear experience, but since we were only 3 people back then. 3 people, me, Daniel, and Jens, working on it. We realized that creating that much content for a linear game would be hard. So we started experimenting with multiplayer, and it was great fun. So we kept it, but we also kept the single player part of it. So it's basically both.
What kind of gamers do you think Cobalt will appeal to? What kind of players do you think will enjoy it?
People like me and Pontus.
Yeah, well, I think it, when we've been around playing or showing off Cobalt, it's mainly been at the or Minecon events, and it actually appeals to a quite broad spectrum of people, which is enjoyable for us as developers to see both kids and young adults and even adults play the game and have fun with it. I think it can appeal to people who like the platform sort of genre in general, but also to newcomers to gameplay. I hope so anyway. But
I think what makes it sort of unique is that it's a platform game, but there is a very little platforming in the actual game. Like, it's not so much about maybe making exact, precise platform jumps between different things, but it's more about the interactions between 2 players in a space, like punching and dodging and deflecting grenades and bullets together in like a room.
yeah,
Except, yeah.
it is a very unforgiving game, though. I mean, it is hard to get into in the beginning, sort of, but that's where the beauty of the slowdown comes in, because it's fun watching yourself die. I mean, I play it, and I don't get mad at the game for dying or for losing, because it's spectacular looking at it in slow motion. So it is a game that's unforgiving, and that would appeal a lot more to the hardcore gamer. But I think since it's still fun watching yourself fail, I think even casual players could jump into it and have fun.
Yeah, I think you can play it and you can be the guy who just kind of spams bullets and kind of scores lucky kills, or you can be the guy who kind of deflects a bullet, then throws a
You mean
grenade
the-
over a sniper shot, and
The Owen guy.
Yeah, the Owen guy, exactly.
Right.
If you're a player of my caliber, then you can pull off those kind of sick moves.
Yeah.
I think what we learned also from the Minecon event was that when we were walking around the 10 computers, almost every computer there would be a different game mode and different gameplay and different constellation of people. There would be 1 person, 2 people, 4 people, and they would play like survival and all different modes, and they would all have the different pacing and play for different amounts of times. So
Yeah.
that sort of speaks to the broad spectrum of audience, I
I mean,
guess.
the game has been in development for a long time, and we've gone through different periods, and we've kept most of the development that we've added or polished on it, and so that makes the game kind of broad. You have a lot of different game modes, still within the platform genre, of course, but yeah, we've been developing it for quite a while now.
Yeah.
Cool. So the early development, that was the kind of very early PC build. I mean, it's been out for a year, over a year now, is it?
Over a year, I would say since 2012, I think we released the alpha.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went to the first Minecon and showcased it, and shortly after that we released it. I remember joking that we weren't gonna be a Duke Nukem Forever story, but we're sort of approaching that point by now, but not really, but
Yeah.
almost.
But now we have some confirmed new platform the Cobalt's coming out on, and as you mentioned, even today the PC build, which people can purchase, is still kind of an early build. It's not the final game. But tell us a bit more about the future platforms.
All right, Daniel, do you wanna?
Well, no.
You don't want to talk about it. Okay.
No, I'll
Well,
prefer to listen to
I mean,
Pontus.
the Cobalt. Every time we've played Cobalt together, we've always used controllers. I mean, or do you call it controllers?
Gamepads?
Gamepads. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we've always realized that it's a game that would fit really well on a console. And it's always been at the back of our heads and of Mojang's, of course, to actually port it to a console. And last summer we got together with Fat Shark here in Stockholm. They're actually just right around the corner from the Mojang office, so that's practical, to start porting the game to PlayStation 3 engine or PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 to begin with. That's the start. And it actually runs on both systems now, but we're working on some performance.
There's still a lot of work.
Yes.
But it sort of runs.
Yeah, well, I remember even the first time they showed us it running on Xbox 360. I think it was only like a test screen or something, but it was an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Cool. So we can expect that, I guess, coming out on 360 and PS3. Is it sometime this year or?
Non-official, but this year is the dates we're talking about is definitely this year. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, well, thanks for that. Yeah, I guess we'll round it up there for episode 1 of Radio Cobalt, and working title. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon for the next edition. So yeah, thanks, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.